Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Walker here. Just wanted to give you a tour of my personal favorite bike of all time. This is my Specialized Allez Double Steel. It's a 2010 reproduction of the original 1980s Specialized Allez, so the original Steel Allez, but just this one being reproduction from that year. But yeah, just wanted to go over a few of the different parts on it, talk about some of the different configurations I've had this bike in, and kind of why I like this one the best. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So starting off with the front of the bike, we're gonna have a 38 centimeter Deda handlebar. This is a 01 aluminum bar. I'm a big fan of it personally. This is just what works for my fit, with the 90 mil stem on there. That's a Zipp service course as well, so you know, just works for my fit. Really like the look of it, and eventually I will probably change this Pro Max headset to something silver as well. Supercaz bar tape, just because I like the grip of it. Personally, that's just, again, what works for me. We've got Sram Rival shifters on here. Sram Red shifters. It used to be Rival. And as well as paired with a Sram Red front brake. For wheels, both front and rear, is going to be the Hunt Sprint Aero wide. These are actually a tubeless ready rim brake aluminum wheel with a polished silver finish. They're about 31 mil deep. They have externally, I believe it's a 24 mil width, but internally it's a 21. So it does make your tire a little bigger. This 28 effectively measures out to be a 30, just over a 30. And I think the rear is a 26, just because that's what I can fit. In terms of clearance, doesn't really clear much over here. But with this 26, it measures out to be just under a 28. So I think it's like a 27.9 or something. But keeping on with the bike, steel fork, steel frame. It's gonna just be the reliable Specialized Allez frame. We've also got a carbon Specialized Alpinist seat post. Personally, I just got this through discount when I worked there. Works for me pretty well. And also a Verse Pro Bontrager saddle. Got that when I worked at Trek. And carbon rails, carbon body. Pretty comfortable. Works for me, but I might eventually change it. Also on the back, we've got a Sram Red rim brake. Rim brakes are never gonna die, at least not on my bikes. In the rear, we're gonna have a SRAM, let me get that focused, SRAM Red rear derailleur. This is gonna be a short cage, so the cassette is going to be an 11 to 28. I actually have a Shimano Ultegra cassette on here. Works really well. I personally like the ramping on the Shimano cassettes a little better than I do the SRAM cassettes, so that's just what I'm using. And it also paired with a KMC, excuse the airplane for a sec, we're just gonna let that fly by. Paired with a 11-speed KMC chain. This is an 11-speed cassette and 11-speed derailleurs. We've also got a front derailleur SRAM Red with a Quarq 5236 chainrings are 5236 SRAM chainrings, and then a Quarq power meter. This is the DZero. This just is what works with 5-bolt spindles, as well as a 170 mil carbon Quarq crank arm. Bottle cages are Bontrager, but I'm eventually going to switch these out to titanium just because I think that would look better with a lot of the silver stuff on the bike. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is my favorite bike. I will say it is just an absolute fun ride the whole time. It is a loud hub on the back, 48 tooth free hub, so a lot of points of engagement. You've got just great quality parts, really bomb proof, honestly. I've also got a lifetime warranty on the wheels through Hunt. That was definitely worth the extra $50 I think when I bought the wheels. So definitely really happy with the bike. Personally, I know that a lot of road bikes are going disc brake and everyone's like, rim brakes are dead. But again, like I said in my last video, if you can find something used, I found this frame on eBay for about $300. You can build it up with some really quality parts. Personally, I've had this build in SRAM Rival, so pretty much the same crankset, but instead of like the SRAM derailleur, the red derailleurs, red brakes, red shifters, it was just all Rival. And then before that, it was a Rival 10-speed, but now I'm on 11, and personally, I think this is the pinnacle of shifting and compatibility. So definitely something to think about if you're really thinking about should you go disc brakes on a road bike. Personally, I really only think you need it for off-road, like if you're mountain biking, gravel biking, what have you. But yeah, no, I think, you know, overall this bike's really great. I'll show you a few clips of me riding it as well. One other thing to mention is, you know, SRAM's double tap system. This is a system, here, let me get that in focus. Looks so good. SRAM's double tap system is, you know, personally a really easy shifting system. It's just one click for a harder gear, long press for an easier gear, and you can do an even longer press for 2 down. But yeah, so overall it's a really great shifting system, works really well, and you'll hear that free hub sound test in a bit. Alrighty everyone, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. And now for the free hub body sound test. It's gonna be real nice and loud. What'd I say?